decided to introduce something a little bit more scarier to Chaka, like this monster, for example. Now, we understand this monster could never harm Chaka, but Chaka didn't understand that. At first, he was really nervous about this animal. But today, this monster can ride on his back. It can even ride between his ears, and Chaka knows that he doesn't need to be scared of it. In fact, he should look forward to seeing it because it's going to taste delicious. Now, I did mention to you that Chaka is German. He was born in Germany, and he is the holder of a German passport. So we wanted to introduce our German zebra to something that Germans enjoy, and that's football. We offered him this ball, and he did not disappoint. So Chaka understands that every time he pushes this ball, he will get a reward. And what he will try to do at times is beat Mr. J for to pick that ball up, just so he can push it one last time and hopefully get another reward. So he's probably the best football playing animal on the island right now.
Yeah, coyote, a coyote and a wolf. Coyote and a wolf. And even sometimes domestic dog. They've done genetic studies on these hybrid squiggles, and they have found that yes, there's even Canis familiaris in there. So Canis domesticus, they have 3 different kinds of DNA. Okay, in the Southeast Pacific Ocean, we find
If they're around, they can hunt him very easy. And zebras sleep only 1 hour per day when they're laying down. But there's another mammal who sleep less than a zebra when he's laying down. So who is it?
Lion?
No, lions sleep nearly the whole day. Yes, you're right. They will defend on their own. And when they defend, they bite. And when they bite, it hurts. So please be aware of that. On top of that, they are friendly. On top of that, they are friendly and they are vaccine. So don't worry about them at all. So be prepared.
Because they are baby.
Masih scare.
Are you ready? Behind each animal we have in Cheetah's Rock there's interesting or sad story. So this story about
Ada
these
banana
4
yun.
bush babies in this enclosure. The first one in the cage up here is Maurice.
Dan pada picha.
Maurice is 6 years old. The second one in the partition over there is 2 years and a half, and the last one on the shoulder. Bush babies have very big brown eyes because they are mainly nocturnal. But this doesn't mean bush babies sleep deep at the daytime.
Blue monkeys. Does anyone know why they're called blue monkeys? That's exactly it. When they become sexually mature, their balls turn bright blue. And this is an indication to the females that they are ready for mating. And the bluest balls, ironically, are the most attractive to the females. Oh, I think, okay, he's just coming up past that. I thought he was coming to check out your teeth. The Sykes monkey is called Lucian. And what I'd like to do firstly is just give you some history about these animals.
What is done? What is done with all of these destroyed forest areas?
Oh, that's also nice.
It's building and mining and yes.
No, actually, I'm not. How much longer, bro? You were here also. 2.5 years, almost 3 years now.
I think you just received the little cups because they put us in the thing with them.
Okay. Oh yeah, I'll make sure everyone is. Okay. All right. So, who knows what animal this is? Yes, puma. Any other names? He's about 5 now.
Yeah, the story behind him is he was smuggled in from the mainland and he was kept in the local zoo here. The side of her mouth, so the way she treated that egg actually shows us she's really, really intelligent. What's even more incredible is she'll return to the shell a little bit later on and she'll consume the shell as well, because she understands that there's calcium in the shell that's beneficial for her diet. What she's asking for every day, so we can see definitely these are animals that have been more than welcome. You can come and join Stefan, give her a bit of a scratch. And while you're scratching her fur, directly after you've scratched it, I'll invite you, please smell your fingers afterwards and tell me if you can pick a scent up to be really calm animals, and hopefully one day there'll be animals that we can meet, just like how we can meet the boys a little bit later on. Latifa is sexually mature, so she's actually ready to be paired with the males. But the only thing holding us up, well, two things really, is firstly, this girl, she's not sexually mature yet, and secondly, that export ban that I spoke about here in Zanzibar. Remember, if we put these two animals together, they're going to breed, but where do those babies go? We need to ask ourselves, do we have the resources to feed this animal, and do we have the space so that they have a good quality of life? If we can't tick those boxes, we can't put the two animals together. It's as simple as that.
You tell me. No. So what we're doing, it's a very easy interaction. Aslan eats about 7 kilograms of meat every single day. We have about 2.5 kilograms here, which we are going to give him as a snack. And you are going to assist us in doing this. It's very easy, it's very simple. Myself and the staff will demonstrate to you first how we feed with the hand. It's through the fence, it's not, we don't go inside. And this is also a nice opportunity for you to take some photos and videos if you like. But there is a very, very, very important rule, and it's obvious, but I still have to mention it. Please do not stick your... So I'll show you, I'll demonstrate to you how we can feed.
Wow.
And then he's going to go make his pee-pee. It's his routine. He's basically just showing us that, yes, this is his house. First lady. Yeah, so as I said earlier, Aslan eats about 7 kilograms every day. It used to be more when he was growing. He used to be on 10 kilograms, but now that he's filled out, we've lowered it a bit. And we get in like powder form. That is an important question. Okay. A discussion more about conservation than anything else. I'll tell you about Aslan and how he ties in with conservation and the problems that conservation is having at the moment. So, but firstly, yeah, just let them know and you can have what you like. Aslan. So you've all gotten close up to him, you saw him. Does anyone know what he is? I know he's a lion, but what kind of lion? Yes, he's a white lion. He's a Timavati white lion. This is a naturally occurring lion. It's not a different species or a subspecies. It's exactly the same as...
Like sand color.
Yeah, sand color, yellow, white. Sometimes they're even blue or green. But they're never red. They can't be red. Because that would indicate an albino. So he is a very healthy, genetically lion. Not albino. And this kind of lion, this white lion, is actually very rare. At the moment, they've estimated there's about 300 of them globally, but they are only in captivity.
300?
300.
Only in captivity.
Only in captivity. Why? So
You're not in the wild.
They used to be for thousands of years. I mean, their genetics come from the wild. They're not humanly made, not made by humans in any way. They lived in the Timavati region for very long time, and they survive there obviously because
Yeah, because they're here now.
yeah.
Probably because they're such a rare lion, right? They're like a
Poachers.
trophy.
Yes, that's exactly it. So, so I asked, why do you not see white lions in the wild anymore? And he answered correct, which is that they are seen as a trophy animal, and they have been shot and killed into extinction. And unless, I mean, there might be some in the wild. These are of genetics. They're still carriers out in the wild. But if there are, I don't know where they are, and the governments probably won't release the information to either, because it's the same as. Oh, and cheers everyone, by the way.
Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you for
Thank you.
joining us today. They won't tell you how many white lions there are in the wild because then it's a target. Now, why do we have Aslan? Aslan was born in South Africa. He's 6 years old now. But when he was born, his mother abandoned him and one of his siblings. She had 4 babies. 2 of them she pushed away, and she was going to let them die. Why would a mother do that to 2 babies? Not enough food, exactly. Not enough milk. In South Africa, I mentioned earlier, we had a drought for about 7 years, and he was born sort of in the middle of that drought. And because of that, no grass, nothing, no zebras, no meat, no milk. So she only had enough milk for 2 babies, so she just randomly, I guess, picked 2, pushed the other 2 away. Luckily, staff at the facility saw what's happening, and picked them up and offered them up for adoption. We applied for Aslan, and we're the ones who were able to bring him in. So we've had him since about 10 weeks. Another white line down there. Oh yeah. Jay, oh, fine. Yeah, I mean the ratio. Come on. Yeah, this is just to show you his height. I'm not going to do it for each piece. I'll do it one more time. Up. Okay, so this is Garfield. He is our 3.5-year-old golden tabby Bengal. To distract him while we can give him medication. The medication can also go inside this. Crush the pill, put it in. Because some of the animals, if they taste a pill, I don't know if you guys have ever chewed a painkiller or chewed a pill. It tastes really bad. If they taste that, they will inspect every single piece of meat afterwards to find it and spit it out, you know, like a dog or cat. So, you know, putting in here masks the taste. The other thing is, one of the most common issues for wildlife is a stomach issue. Gastrointestinal, like vomiting and diarrhea, because sometimes they eat stupid things. They eat their own poo, or they eat some frog that's poisonous, or something like this, and they vomit. You know.
This is the simple lack of
Bwana, hawa wanyama ni wakubwa mzee. Tukutana nao live. Utakuwa na mengi ya kusimulia zaidi, maana mpaka kumkamata na kumshusha sio jambo jepesi. Hapa kuna tiger na kuna female white lion. Tumekuja kuwaona leo hapa Cheetah's Row. So it's amazing kuona viumbe kama hivi, kama unaweza kuona huyu ni sawa.
mwanamke wake.
Kama wana kirungu hivi? No.
Okay guys, so these are our 4 Asian small-toed otters. So it's very difficult to tell the difference between the males because they're all exactly the same age. There's no difference in the markings on their body to let you know. But the female is the lighter one. This is her. So this is Bloody Mary. This is the behavior we're not looking for. We don't like them to stick their heads through the fence. They are growing and one day they're going to stick their heads through and we won't be able to pull it out again. And so it's not really something. Very cute, as you can see. And that's probably why in various parts of Asia they are considered to be the most popular pets. People adopt these animals and often So we'll open up for them now really quickly. They can enjoy their dinner. You've got to make your own decisions. None of these animals that you see over here have been drugged in any way. They haven't been declawed or defanged. I mean, you'll get up close and personal with them, and you'll be able to see that. So it is really up to you. If you feel unsafe, then rather stay outside. But if you are happy to go inside, then you're more than welcome inside. If you stay outside, you will still be able to see everything and hear everything, but obviously from the safety of outside. Yes, that's rule number one. The other thing, if something has to go wrong, the only thing we need you guys to do is to keep calm. The worst thing you could possibly do inside here, apart from looking him in the eyes, is standing up, screaming, and running. If you run away from a predator, what is their instinct? To chase you, yes. And if you scream, you're simply drawing attention to yourself. So please, guys, just keep a level head, Charlie. And as you guys probably know, cheetahs, they are the fastest mammals on land. They can reach speeds of between 100 to 120 kilometers an hour, and that makes them extremely efficient solitary hunters. These
fish.
What's going to happen is you'll put you down on the stumps just like in the cheetahs, and she will walk. And it's also in playtime with her sister, Sahara, behind me. Every day inside this enclosure, there's a lot of running, a lot of jumping, a lot of... It's a heater spot because Sahara absolutely hates the water. You'd also have noticed that the food that Mr. J4 is feeding her is quite white in coloration, just like the otter food before.
Hey, Simba vipi anaangalia na huko?
Akirukia keje hapo nakimbia. Bwana, matembezi yetu yalikuwa so great kuwa hapa Cheetah's Rock, na tumemaliza matembezi, tumeona baadhi ya wanyama na kuwashika na mengine mengi. It was so much fun. So fahima nawe kama unaweza kufika, just come here and enjoy. Yeah.